have to get used to this. What's up, guys? Ew, cringe. Ask anybody who knows me. I'm Queen Cringe. With that being said, welcome back to another week of TST. And if you're new here, welcome to episode 3. Every Tuesday, I do a little questionnaire, question box on my stories, and this is where we get into it on a little more personal, deeper level. Let's get into it. Starting off strong. Story time on how you and Court met. Wouldn't you guys love to know? So basically, I saw Courtney, I think like this random Instagram page that like reposts people with like style, posted her, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's cute as hell. Like, go to her page and, you know, you like a few pictures, they like a few pictures back, you follow each other, that type of thing. And then like, I don't know, it was just like an Instagram friendship. I'm pretty sure I like slid in her DM replying to something, and then we were just kind of Instagram friends for a couple months. And then and we always laugh about this because like at that point in time in life, well, it was 2020 pandemic, okay? So basically, her birthday was coming up and she was taking a trip to Atlanta. And she just messaged me and was like, would you want to come? And I was like, fuck it. You want to fly out of Newark? Why don't you just come up to mine and we'll like stay over the night before and we'll fly out together. So the first time I ever met Courtney in person, we were going on a trip and she stayed at mine the night before we flew out. And we went to Atlanta, did we even have the time of our life for real? Like, that was actually a wild time in my life. But Courtney, yeah, like I feel like if you can vacation with somebody and you get along, then you can do a lot of things together. So basically like every weekend after that, I would see Court. And if you know Courtney, she's pretty like, well, at least then, she's come a long way in our friendship. She's pretty reserved, quiet, very introverted. She like lives in her head and she shows no affection. And I was like, oh, I'm going to break her down. I'm going to make her love me. It was like a challenge for me. But it wasn't, because it was very, very cute. It was like after every time we would hang out, you know, I tell my friends I love you, I hug you, I'm touchy feely, I'm always just like I'm in your face, like that's just me. And so I'd be like that with Courtney. You could tell like she'd be cringy, like, oh my god, don't touch me type shit. But then towards like the end of us hanging out and we'd have to say goodbye to each other, like she gave me a hug. I remember like the day she gave me a hug, I cried inside. I was like after she left, I thought to myself like, yes, like I'm getting through to her. Or not even I'm getting through to her, but I was like, oh, like that's cute. Like she's feeling more comfortable around me. Aw, my fucking Courtney. I love her. And then we just like we're locked in ever since. I don't know. Court knows me better than anybody else. Court and I are polar opposites, yet that is like my soulmate. You know, she is my soulmate. Like we always say how this had to have been a higher power to bring us together, because like I would never do that now. Like I'm never just gonna like go on vacation with a random girl like I know off Instagram. I'm just not doing that. Where like something came over us and was just like, here, let me put you guys together because you need each other. And that's what happens. I feel like I was going to say something else, though, about that situation. It'll come to me. But yeah, me and Court locked in forever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever? Anyway, do you like being alone or do you like to be around people? It's like even. I don't know. I love my space. I love my own company. I love being home and just by myself. I love being with Dice. I'm never fucking alone. I'm always with Dice. Can you come up here, please? Come snuggle with your mama. Come up here with your little... Ooh. I'm going to get cozy in this corner. I love doing nothing. I love doing nothing with somebody. I know you and I are comfortable and cool and on a different level if we can just be in the same room and not speak and it not be weird, and we could just both be scrolling and giggling at our phones, but like share it with each other and whatever. Like, I love that too. I was never the person to have this huge group of friends. I was cool with everybody, but to have like that fucking 8 to 10 person friend group always on call, that was just never me. I'm like, I take to like 1, 2, 3 people max at a time in my life, and that's enough for me. So when it comes to like being out and about, like, I don't really like being in these big ass environments with like a bunch of people that I just know I'm not connecting with, and it's very surface level, and I'm just like, meh. Overall, I love being by myself. I love having Dice, but I also love having like my solid people around me and us just like chilling, going out to the city, grabbing food, you know, chill vibes. I'm a very chilled person.
Boy, if you don't get...
When I want to be. Oh, I love this so much. Okay. Thoughts on love being a feeling versus a choice. Now, this is where so many of us tend to call things quits, because we truly feel like love is that feeling. And when we don't feel it anymore, that must mean I don't love this person, when I don't think that's the case. I believe that you have to choose to love somebody every day. You have to move in love. You have to move with love. You have to do everything with love, the intention of love behind it, because you're not always going to feel that overwhelming feeling of love for somebody. You're just not, but you know in your heart like you love them. So you have to wake up every day and choose to love that person. The honeymoon phase and whatever, we were made to think that our relationships are supposed to feel that way forever. And although maybe there's cases out there that they do, and that's special and that's amazing. And I like to think when I love somebody, like, I feel excited about them every day. If my man is gone for an hour versus a week, like, I'm excited, just as excited to see him. Like, I'm a freaking simp for my man. I'm a simp. But I also know there are days where I'm going to wake up and be like, oh, I want to be alone today, or like, I don't want to be around anybody today. And that's no fault of anybody else. Like, that's just, we're human and we get into these moods. Or, you know, you can get into an argument with your significant other, and, you know, maybe you were already having those feelings of like, why don't I wake up every day and feel excited about this anymore, or whatever. And then you have an argument, and then that's when people are like, you know what, maybe this isn't working out. And hey, whatever the situation is, maybe it's not working out. But I really feel relationships don't get to see their full potential because people call it quits way too fucking early. And you always think the grass is greener on the other side when it's literally green where you're watering it. Like, you have to water and nurture and put love into your relationships, because that's the only way it's ever going to work out. But it needs to be a mutual thing as well. You cannot be watering dead plants out here. And too many of us, men and women, are watering dead fucking plants. That's just a waste of water. Yeah, I love this question, because once I really like learned and looked into that of like, wow, like love is not always a feeling. It's a fucking choice. You have to choose to love. I choose to love. And I'll do anything with the intention of love behind it. Learning to set boundaries in my relationship, and it feels good. Any advice? Well, I'm proud of you for setting boundaries in your relationship. I think that is so important. And I feel like boundaries should be set in any relationship, whether that's a work relationship, friendships, just anything. Like, you should feel so good about setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is empowering. Setting boundaries just shows somebody how to love you and how much you love yourself. You set boundaries for people to remain in your life, because if they then respect that boundary and abide by that, then they will know how to handle you. I think boundaries are just so healthy. I love setting a fucking boundary. And when somebody respects that, it actually makes me love you and care for you 10 times more, because that shows me you care about me and how I feel. And fuck, like, I would love for somebody to set a boundary with me. Let me know how to love you better. Let me know what you are comfortable with and what you're not. And let me know how I can be with you on a deeper level, because when you also set boundaries, I feel like that's self-respect right there. And it's a great thing. You can be with somebody for fucking 2 years and say, you know what, I'm going to set a boundary. Like, these boundaries they can just come about. So in your relationship, if you feel like, hey, I want my relationship to work out, kind of going back to the previous thing we spoke about like how love isn't always a feeling, it's a choice. Like, setting a boundary in a relationship, like, that's choosing love. Like, you want it to work out. So here's this boundary that I feel we need to set in order for our relationship to thrive and become a bit deeper and better for the both of us. I think that's really good that you are learning and setting boundaries in your relationship. Every single one of us should do that and not feel guilty or wrong about doing that. So many of us get fucking scared to choose ourselves because we're afraid, shit, if we choose us, they might not choose us. They might choose themselves. And guess what? So be it. If somebody chooses to walk away from you because you set a fucking boundary, they're not yours. They never were. Like, you're showing somebody how to respect you and love you and care for you and what works for you. And if they're not receptive of that, or they don't know how to handle that, then they don't need to be there. But I'm proud of you. And that's my advice on that. Thoughts on psychic readings. I'm debating getting one for a bit of guidance. I love them. I love them. I also know I am somebody who, if you tell me something, like, because I'll never forget, I was maybe fucking 16 and I went to a psychic on St. Mark's Ave, or St. Mark's Street, or St. Mark's Ave in the city. And she told me that whoever I end up with is going to be with the letter J or something. Let me tell you my track record. I've only dated people with the letter J, and like unintentionally. Like, it's not like I'm seeking that, but it was like the weirdest shit. So I don't know if she's onto something from when I was 16, or I've just subconsciously made those choices with not even thinking about that reading. I don't fucking know. But that was really crazy. But I think psychic readings are cool. Nobody is God. Only God knows your fate. I love like psychic mediums. I love when somebody could tell me something that like nobody else knows but the person who has crossed over. I don't think it's wrong or like a bad idea. I probably would just like, if I really went for a psychic reading, like about me, for me, I might fucking overthink things and like look for it everywhere. I don't know. I think it's cool though. Do it. I used to work with a energy coach who was like a psychic healer, therapist, life coach, like all in one. And sometimes like she'll tell me something that would be far out, and then I would kind of like sabotage myself a little bit. So it also just depends the type of person you are. I rather kind of just like let things unfold the way they need to, or not even need to, let them unfold like naturally. And, you know, I can just be like, thank you, universe, and that's that, or thank you, God, and that's that. But make sure she's reputable, you know? Okay, let's see what this one is. This is a long one. Let's see. Been with a man, quote, boy, he's 20, for a year and a half, and we live together. He used to make good money, treats me well, is so kind, and now he doesn't make any effort for dates, spoiling me, leaving the house at all, taking care of the dogs, etc. He used to go to the gym with me, and now he sits on his ass all day, sleeps during the day, and is up all night gaming and eating shit food. He doesn't want me to go out when guys are there, but never wants to do anything with our friends, and then complains that I ask for too much when I bring this up. We've went out maybe 3 dates in the past year and a half, and he never takes care of me or does cute shit. I constantly leave notes, cook, clean, buy him stuff, and it just isn't reciprocated. I bring this up and it turns into a fight, and he thinks him paying the $1,000 rent a month is enough, and dick should be enough. I can say he is very loyal and all about me. What the fuck do I do? I love him so much. Your boyfriend is a bum, bro. I don't like that when you express what you need or what you want, he's not willing to compromise and come up for that. Why is he not saying like, okay, babe, like every week or every other week, it could be 2 times a month, you guys have a dedicated date night to each other, because I believe you should never stop dating your partner. I want to do cute shit for my man. We're also a girl. Of course, we're going to want to do cute shit for our man. But like, I'm only doing cute shit for my man if he makes me feel fulfilled and good and loved and cared for and adored in my relationship. Like, a lot of men fail to realize that when you nurture your woman and pour into your woman, she will create a garden. Like, the garden is going to flourish. Like, we breathe life. We create life. Like, we can make anything happen as long as you are feeding us what we need, our nutrients. Okay? Love, respect, loyalty. And sure, you're getting loyalty. Do you feel loved? Do you feel respected? He's 20.
I can't fuck with you.
You're 20?
Yeah.
He's young. How old are you? Like, do you want to lose out on maybe another fucking year and a half of staleness? Or somebody who's not willing to love you properly or the way you want to be loved? I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. I know you love him and you've clearly invested a lot, because you're investing your time, your money, your energy, your love. Like, you're sacrificing, like, you're sacrificing a lot too. Like, I'm sorry, $1,000 rent and some dick is not gonna keep me around. I can go pay $1,000 and women can get dick wherever. That is not enough. Like, we're gonna need more. And guess what? Half of us women don't even need dick. Like, it's not like how men think with their dick. Like, we don't be thinking with our shit. Like, we, if anything, and I'm talking, like, I know for me, like, I'm not even going to sleep with you if you're not making me feel good outside of physically feeling good. So that bothers me, and I would really kind of give yourself a time frame, an ultimatum, and give him an ultimatum of like, listen, I need X, Y, and Z if, you can't get your shit together, then I'm going to have to step. And hey, like, maybe it isn't even like you moving out or breaking up, but just kind of like taking a step back, because we tend to stay in situations and to make it easy, where or men just get used to us. I know somebody, for example, I'm going to use this as an example, where it's like similar situation, and I'm like, okay, go stay at your parents for a week and see how they can function without you. And if they're like, holy shit, like, you don't allow them to kind of fall on their face. Like, we're always there to pick them up, where it's like, see how much of your presence is actually missed, or how they'll realize like, oh fuck, like, she does so much for me. She's not here. Like, I'm an asshole. I need to step it up because blase. Wishful thinking. A lot of guys don't fucking think like this. But I don't know. I just feel like you need to kind of pull back. Don't do a little less. Do less and see what happens, or see how he acts. But I understand you love him. You've invested into this relationship, but he's not investing back into it. He's just taking. And that's not right. What's that quote? It's like, givers need to have limits because the takers don't. It's true. You need to, and look at us tying everything in. You need to set boundaries. You need to set a fucking boundary. Oh my God. I'm 27 but feel behind. Genuinely thought I'd be married with kids by now. Didn't we all think we were going to be married with kids at like 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27? Like, I'm pretty sure we all felt like that's what was going to happen. I think we were brainwashed at a young age to believe we needed to have all of that, and that we're behind if we don't. And I'm here today to tell you, fuck that. Because a lot of us just be having kids with anybody just to have a child. A lot of us stay in a relationship just because they had a child. Like, no, you're not behind. You're right on time, and you're right on your time. And that will all happen when it's meant to happen. Don't rush that shit, and don't feel like I have my stepsister just had a baby. My best friend had a baby. People are getting married around me, and I'm over here on the couch with my dog, living, talking to TST. Like, I think my timing is my timing, and I look forward to that time. It's just not right now. So you're good. You're doing just fine. I'm dead. My husband has turned into a complete loser, and I'm stressed trying to find a way out. That sucks. Saying your man's a loser is crazy. There's always a way out, though. I don't know. Guy I'm seeing long distance flies me out to see him, but refuses to come visit me. Refusing to come visit you is a little crazy. Maybe being unable to get away at times, and is just like more practical to bring you out would be understandable. But like refusing to come visit you, that's shit. I don't like that. And I hope he lives somewhere like fun and different, like, because then at least you're getting a vacation. But at the same time, like, you want somebody to, like, I know how that feels, like having to constantly get plucked out of your routine, miss out. Maybe you're taking off of work, missing out on money, or just like time with your friends in your environment with your people, and then getting plucked out of all that and going into his and like adapting to his routine and and whatever. To not have that reciprocated is long. That is just like, that's annoying. Oh, you asked if that's a red flag. Yeah, that is. 11 months of celibacy, approaching my 1 year. I think that's amazing. I think celibacy is great. I think more people should practice it. I think it forces us to deal with humans, or just people on a human level. There's like a term. Oh, post-nut clarity. Hello? It's like you're vibing with somebody and and then you smash and you realize like, wait, I actually don't like you and I just wasted a body. Like, wait, hold on. Whereas when you cut that out and you take that out of the equation completely, and then you have to get to know somebody and just vibe with them on a human level, you'll realize how many people you actually don't like. It's good to like just detox completely from the opposite sex. You gain more clarity on who you are, what you want, what you do like, what you don't like, what you will tolerate, what you don't tolerate. And then what's crazy is that eventually you're going to get to the point where you're not even going to want to let somebody around you, let somebody near you if they're not bringing something to the table or adding value to your life in some way. Like you're just not even going to let them touch you. Because honestly, let's be real. Sex is energy. Soul ties are fucking real. That energy exchange isn't for everybody. Like not everybody deserves to have access to you and what you hold. If you feel bad after sleeping with somebody for no reason, like there's nothing about the situation or interaction was bad, but then the following days you just feel bad and your vibration is low, telltale sign that they are not your person. Like, energy exchange is so real, and sometimes what we feel isn't ours to feel. We just take on other people's fucking low ass energy. Why am I so hot right now? To be fair, it's kind of warm in New York right now. Wait, what? Just cut off a man who kept telling me we didn't need, quote, need a label. Good, because if somebody's gonna be like, oh, you're my girl. Oh, but like, you're my girl. Like, why do we need a label? Like, you're my girl. No, I want clarity. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean I'm your girl? Okay, you're my guy. Pound it, bro. Labels, like, I get it. A lot of, like, I don't know. What's understood doesn't need to be explained sometimes, but get clarity on what it is that you actually are so that there is no confusion, and he can't do the whoop de whoop on you and be like, well, wait, like, we're not together, because that's what half of them fucking do. It's like, well, you're my girl, but like, we're not together like that. And it's like, fuck that. And fuck you while we're at it. If he kept saying that, then boom, cut him off, bro. This says, what are some ways you stay confident in yourself and grounded in your beliefs while in a relationship? You have to learn from them. So what I've learned from past relationships is a lot, too much, actually, that I just don't have the fucking brain power to go through right now. But what I'm noticing now moving forward is when I'm dating, I'm noticing that I forget who I am sometimes. Not always. It's like I get a little insecure, and it's not even about like other girls or anything like that. Like physically, I'm just like, oh my God, am I pretty? Do I look good? Do I feel like, do I smell good? Like, am I walking right? Like, I don't know. You tend to just like get in your head a little bit. And I'm like, like that's not me. Like, why am I fucking feeling that way? Or like, why am I feeling fucking not like that bitch that I normally do when I'm just by myself? And it's because I feel like when dating again, or when you are getting to know somebody and getting really close to somebody, you're being seen, or you're peeling back these layers that haven't been peeled back in a while. And it's kind of a way where you're like exposing yourself and you're becoming vulnerable again. And I think vulnerability is beautiful. And I think vulnerability is a fucking superpower. Like, I love being honest and real and open and mushy and fucking when it comes to like confidence, it's really interesting. Like, it's like at first when I'm talking to somebody, right? Like, my confidence is through the roof. And then it's almost like the second they're like, we go together, you're my girl, you're my girlfriend, I'm like, wait, what? Like, I'm a girlfriend? And it's like, I get fucking weird. But that's a me thing, because there's no reason to get weird. So it's like, why am I getting weird? But that's also just like a very like short phase as well. It's like I go through these like weird little phases to myself, and then I wake up one day and I'm like, girl, you're fine. Like, shut up. Dicey, come here, baby. Thoughts on posting your relationship on Instagram or keeping it off? I think everything should be private. I don't think it should be a secret. So there is a fine line between completely like just acting like you're not in a relationship when you actually are, and then just keeping it private but also making it known. And the way I like to move is I love little soft launches, but it's always gonna be a soft launch, you know. Like, I think you'll know I'm in a relationship, but like I'm not blasting my relationship out there. It's just something I'm not gonna do. I really do believe like you should keep certain things private and to yourself, because the evil eye is real. I've had some crazy experiences in the past, bro, that I'm just like, y'all suck. Like, people want what others have. And it's also very weird when you post your man and girls start to follow your man and like his pictures and shit. It's like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? Like, you're weird for that. Like, you're a big fucking weirdo. And that's not me sitting here feeling insecure, because that's just girl code. Like, you just don't do that shit. But private, but not a secret, is always the way to go. Make it known. And for him too, like, he should definitely make it known that he's got a girl, or you should make it known that you have a man. And yeah, get your ass out the camera. He looked right at the camera just now. So Courtney and Dice are like my soulmates, you know? Oh! Give kisses. You gave everybody a kiss. That was so good, my sweet boy. Aw. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this TST. I will see you next week. Don't forget to send your submissions in right here. I'll add the email if it's really, really long. And if it's not, then I'll see you guys this coming Tuesday. Let's get into it. Like, subscribe, share. Let's talk some more shit. Love ya.